Hi, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Sue. After more than 35 years in the classroom, we've retired from teaching, but not from telling stories. We've shared our favorite school day tales, and now it's time to turn the spotlight on us.
Yes, us. These days, we're focused on growing older, but definitely not growing up. We still don't know what we didn't know, but you might pick up a life lesson or two between the laughs.
Hopefully you oldies out there will laugh with us, and you young whippersnappers will be prepared for what's to come. We didn't know what we didn't know.
Life laughed.
Hey, Sue. Lisa, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How are you?
Good, I'm doing great.
I think retired teachers, all of the retired teachers I know, are the caregivers of the family.
All my friends, they're like, oh, I'm taking care of my mom. I want to talk today about value-losis.
Value-losis. It's a
Value-losis.
word. Value-losis is a word I made up because I write for 60 and Me online magazine. And I know we've talked about hoarding. Mm-hmm. We've had an episode on hoarding, and we had one on just all the stuff that, you know, you're an elementary teacher. Mm-hmm. But talking about the stuff that our parents accumulated.
And, you know, I won't be in that situation. I sold my house and I really basically donated like probably 85 to 90% of all my stuff. Right. So I really only have what I need. I consider myself kind of a minimalist.
Yeah.
But going through those things, I realized that even I am not even close to being a hoarder, but some of the things that I kept, I thought, why? Who does it have value to? Like, for instance, I kept a lot of my children's clothing, like, oh, look at that little Gymboree outfit.
Oh, Gymboree.
So or look at this little Disney outfit, or those kinds of things.
I had overalls that had moose antlers.
Yes, and I kept a lot of their little clothes. And so when my daughter had her children, I got out the tub and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this baby stuff that I saved for you. And she's like, no, I don't want it. It really means nothing to me. And then my daughter explained, she goes, this means something to you.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything to me because I don't remember being 1 year old and wearing it. Well, there's a few things in there that she's like, okay, you know,
a christening gown,
or whatever. When we keep things, it has value to us, and we think it's so important that everybody else should also find it important, but it isn't. And how we keep so much in our lives. And now going through like my mom's pictures. My mom had 11 tubs full of pictures.
Nobody wants them. Nobody wants them. Nobody wants them. Nobody wants them. Lisa, nobody wants them.
So we've literally spent this last week going through all of her pictures. She goes, oh, I want them all scanned. No, we're not scanning.
No.
So we did come down to the idea, like, we took all the pictures with just my brother and all the pictures with just my sister, and we sorted them.
Okay.
And they have them in a box, and they have to take them.
Yeah.
And then one for her grandchildren. If they were with more than family, we did keep them in a family tub for later, just because my mom was having a really hard time getting rid of those kinds of things, or we'll scan some of them. So everybody's taking their box. We got 11 tubs down to 4.
No, that's good.
And one of the tubs is just full of picture frames.
Nobody wants them.
No, we're going to donate those.
Yeah.
We literally could get it down to just one tub.
Sure.
Really,
where is that one tub going to go?
Exactly.
Even? Like, where will it go? Because my complaint is that if you are living your life and your expectation is, I'm not going to worry about it, I will let the people that come after me worry about it. That's just wrong.
And pictures are a hard thing, because a picture that somebody really wants, they can scan it really quick or take a picture of it.
Of the picture.
And then it's really sad, but they get discarded.
Right.
And I have all my pictures now digitized, and I could very easily say, here, kids, here's your whole childhood and stuff on a jump drive.
Wouldn't you agree that back in the day when we were little, taking a picture was a big deal? So I just remember you take the film, you didn't even know, you would say, is this worth a picture? You'd be at the Grand Canyon, you're like, okay, we'll take a picture of the Grand Canyon.
Because you knew you had to get it developed.
Then you take it, it's going to cost a lot, and you kept the negatives in case you wanted to make copies, and then you put them painstakingly in albums, and people started scrapbooking.
But I love going back to pictures and looking through. Oh, I just absolutely love it. I just took my granddaughter's, our Disney trip that we did in April, and I just took, and they made a book. Yeah. So I have all of our family trips and stuff on a little video, whether people watch it or not. But I do love looking back at pictures, but there's so many.
You can use technology better. As an older person myself, all of my emails are in folders. Right. All of them. I have like,
mine are.
I'm not trying to be pious because everybody has a different personality about it. But the point is, if you're going to take 15,000 pictures, try to at least put them in an album.
See, I have all mine in Google Google Images. So literally I can just go and search, even like a face. I can say my face with these people and it'll pull them up.
Oh, and AI is going to get so much better.
It's so quick that way. But there is something about having physical pictures. We've had a blast going back, and I'm like, there are baby pictures of me because I'd only ever saw the one. And it was really funny to find the old baby book. So I'm the fourth born, the last child.
The poor
my
girl.
Every year there was less in the baby books, right?
Oh, yeah.
In my baby book, it was only the information that the nurse wrote in.
And some hair. Wasn't it some of her hair?
No, this is really funny too. No, that's it. And then I opened up this envelope and I'm like, oh my God, there's hair in
She
this.
sent me a text with this picture of her looking at this baby hair.
It's always a lot of hair. I'm like,
a lot of
oh my God, this is so wrong. I thought, is this a rat? What? And everybody had baby hair, and only what the nurse wrote in, which was my date.
Yeah.
Not even a footprint.
Not even a time.
Date time and
July sometime. July.
There's nothing else. But my mom said she wanted the baby book. I'm like, there's nothing in it. But I'm just saying what's one person's garbage is another person's treasure.
The problem is if you're leaving it for your children or your grandchildren, it's pretty much garbage.
Right. My dear aunt that passed away, I made a movie, kind of a memorial movie. And she was a worldwide traveler. She spent her whole life. She's of every continent. And I got all of her travel pictures and I jump drive like 5 terabytes just full of pictures. But you
didn't go on those trips.
No. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with these. And they've been in my storage unit for a while. I'm going to just toss these.
My mom just got back from Istanbul and she bought these little bowls for us, and they say Istanbul, and we were being real nice, like, oh, it's an Istanbul, get it? Istanbul. And so when people give you souvenirs, you're like, thank you, I wasn't in Istanbul, but okay.
Or those t-shirts that you're like, I didn't go there.
So but here we go, a lesson for life. With your parents' albums or your own if you have them, just take a Sharpie and make a little tag that just says the year, even just the year. 1998, and then kind of put them in order. So I still have a few photo albums.
And like I said, all mine is digitized, and I have little files like each year, and my kids can just have that, and they can have whatever they want when I'm gone. It's so much that people keep.
Dishes, Lisa.
Or knickknacks.
Knickknacks. What's the deal with knickknacks?
I try really hard. I used to get souvenirs and I go on trips, and then I just cut it back. I'm like, no,
we get shot glasses.
So they're
tiny. I have a shot glass for each place. I have a really cute one with a little glass cactus inside, an agave. Yeah. If you want to get a souvenir, make it small, make it something that is truly obvious that it's from that place.
So I have a Pandora bracelet. I don't wear it very much, but every time I go, I just get a little charm from that country.
There you go.
And that's my thing. Getting back to pictures, my dad used to say, take pictures with your mind, honey, because sometimes when you're taking pictures, you miss what's really happening.
Oh, yeah. I would always say click. There's some really good romantic comedy where they go, oh, it was The Office. And they go click, and they're trying to remember the day.
So you're a collector of shot glasses. I really don't have a collection of anything. I really don't. I was trying to think.
When we did one of our first Christmas episodes, we talked about all the mugs. And I mean, I have a Santa collection, a snowman collection, just because over the years I thought, am I just going to keep donating this? And I thought, I can keep my favorite ones.
Well, all my Christmas things are in storage. I have a friend who put a video out. It was really beautiful. This beautiful music. She's very reflective and just an amazing creative person. But
Lisa, I'm sitting right here.
Oh, yeah. Not her. She had this beautiful music, and she was taking pictures of her different ornaments on her tree and talking about how those bring back a year's time. And I love pulling out ornaments and being like, oh, I remember this. Or I used to always have a tree upstairs with our ornaments, and then one downstairs with all my teacher ornaments that kids had given me. And I still could say, oh, yeah, that kid and this kid gave me that.
But I think we do need to talk about your storage unit, because in one of our podcasts, I think you talked about how maybe you could live there. Because it's you said it's all heated. Didn't you have a story about...
Well, okay, first of all, storage units are ridiculous. The fact that I'm storing my children's stuff.
How much, can I ask? How much, or is that
it's like
really
$65, $68 a month.
A month?
A month. And most of it's that was my first son rent. You can't get rid of my rescue heroes and my Legos. And my daughter's like, you can't get rid of my Christmas stuff is in there, but
I have gotten, my children are 29 and 33. And the rule is at 30, take your stuff or I have to get rid of it. Because You can't be their storage.
But I just bought a kitchen table. Don't ask me why. It was a great deal from somebody that said. And so it's getting really full right now.
You have a right to have the storage unit. My mom has one just for medical equipment. If anyone out there needs an electric wheelchair, it's really nice.
Speaking, this is really interesting. Yeah. When I went to the storage unit yesterday, 2 guys that were there, and they were filling it full of medical supplies.
Sure.
And that's how they get their supplies. I suppose they're like pharmaceutical reps. And then they go. Yeah, but they were inventorying everything. Speaking of storage units, it was such a waste of money.
Yeah, it happens.
I have 2 storage unit stories about storing all your shit. There were 2 guys that they do the storage wars. And
That's a real show?
Yes. You go and you bid for these storage units.
To watch the show, but I always thought it was kind of fake.
No. And so these 2 guys, it was like kitty corner from mine. And they were there and they were opening up and they were going through everything. And the guy, it's really weird. He goes, do you have a phone? And I'm like, my cell phone? And he goes, no, like a plug-in phone. And I'm like, no. And he goes, we're just taking a shot that maybe you had that.
I have one.
Yeah. But they bid on this storage unit. And he goes, sometimes we get nothing. Like there's nothing in there because you don't know what's in there till you open it up. And sometimes at a gold mine. So they had opened this up and they were like, oh, score. There was like some Milwaukee tools in there. And there was like this Harley leather jacket.
Where do these people go?
And
where are they?
Well, die or they just can't pay the rent anymore. So all their stuff. And then he's like, like bid $100 and then get this whole storage unit. So it was all their treasures that they kept. I thought these people storage.
I think Storage Wars, that television show, I have read. They sometimes put stuff in there.
They do. Well, this wasn't the show. This was, I don't know, like a local kind of storage bidding place or whatever.
We could do that for a living, Lisa.
We could. But then he goes, sometimes you just have to haul away all this junk and then you have to pay to recycle or whatever. I want to tell you what happened like a week ago. I think I called you and told you about it.
I forgot.
See? Happens to her too.
Halfway through the story, I'll interrupt and go,
you have those friends at our age that you can tell any secret to because they're not going to spread it because they're going to forget it within a few hours.
Whatever you said.
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, a story.
I thought you were. Okay.
This is really creepy. So I'm at the storage unit. I used to go in the dark and whenever. And luckily this was during the daylight. But I pulled and I backed into the storage unit and then it's a code you have to put in.
So are the doors are to the outside?
The doors.
So you're not inside or?
You're not, to get into the building, you have to punch code. And then when you get in the building, it locks down and then there's 2 hallways and they light up.
So you're inside.
Yeah. It's inside storage and it's heated. So it's really nice.
You could live there. Okay.
Well, I usually am very, very smart about
yes, you are.
My surroundings. Yeah. But that day I was in a hurry. I wasn't thinking. So I got out, left my car door open on my driver's side. And my purse is sitting on the other seat right there.
Yeah.
And I always, when I go in storage, I always take my purse and my phone and my car keys. But I left it open. I went to open the back and I was pulling the tubs out and putting them on the curb. And I went to just close the door and I look and there's this man standing right by my open door and he's standing there's a backpack on. So I looked at this man and he was probably around like 30s. I don't mean to judge anybody, but it did look like he was an unhoused individual.
Oh, yeah.
And I stood there and I looked at him and he was standing right by my door. And in my head, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
So I reached up and I hit the button, for the back hatch to come down.
But I can just see that going.
And I just slowly started walking towards him and he didn't move. And I just walked close to him and I said, hello. And he just stared at me. Thank God my keys were in my pocket though.
Yeah.
And I just reached kind of like right by his arm and I just shut my door and hit the button on my fob because that was in my pocket. And I started backing up and he just stood there.
Icky.
Yeah. I didn't want to turn my back to him, but I punched in and I opened the door. I started throwing the tubs in through the open door. And it was the last tub and it was kind of heavier. And I kind of held the door of my butt and I was backing in and he starts walking towards me and I'm like, oh shit. So I backed in and the door is like
so slow. And you see this hand, this creepy.
Yeah. I was like, and I'm standing there by the door. There's no way to pull it shut,
You can't make it faster.
And so it's like this and he stopped the door.
Oh.
I'm not joking.
What a puke.
He opened it up. And I backed up because the lights, they're automatic as you walk down the hall. And he stepped in the building and I looked at him and I said, you know, this is high security. There are cameras everywhere.
Good for you. That's a teacher. That's a quick thinking teacher.
That's all I said. You know, this is high security and there's cameras everywhere. And he looked around for a little bit and then he backed out and left. And I just stood there going,
oh, man.
You know, I mean,
were there really cameras?
Oh, there's cameras. They didn't catch that creeper.
Since January of this last year, I've had a sense of justice that has not been satisfied. I don't know if that's cryptic enough, but I would have wanted to go to the company and say, can you look at this? Because I want this on file. Have you seen this man?
I don't know what his intent. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe he was just checking it out. But the fact that he didn't speak to me.
He should have spoken.
He didn't say a word and he just looked at me. You know, when you get that, your Spidey senses kick in, and my Spidey senses definitely kicked in. And I try not to make assumptions. But at that moment, I got a little bit of my Spidey senses kicked in, and I was really glad. Yeah. And now I will never go back.
Well, eventually, we have to get you non-unhoused.
Non-unhoused, I'm unhoused. But I mean, I'm just saying I want to make sure that it's during the day. And I went there today, and it was not that big of a deal.
All right.
But that was kind of a situation. I didn't have a storage unit. Yeah. That would never happen. Getting back, my mom, she was a huge collector of
Hummels.
Hummels.
Before we got on, we were talking about Hummels.
Oh my God.
My mom was obsessed.
My brain, I just like, oh my God, we've been talking about Hummels.
Hummels.
My mom just loved Hummels. And at the time, they were very expensive and really nice.
Were they?
Yeah, they were. I mean, they're cute. But my mom was really into Hummels. So now what she's doing, she's got all this stuff. And we don't want to be left with all this stuff. We kept saying, you should give it when it means something to them that you can give
You're
it.
Giving it.
So we wrapped them up into little boxes, and then the grandkids are going to grab a number and they get the box.
They'll be so happy.
They're humble. And we get the Waterford crystal that we have to draw names.
No, thank you. Would you like some fine china?
And we've been going through all her jewelry, but my mom has very, very nice jewelry.
Well, my mom has crap jewelry.
But we want it done now.
What you do with the jewelry, another life lesson, is if it's costume jewelry. My grandmother worked for a jewelry distributor in Milwaukee, and she had the most cool stuff, ballerina pins. And I had this one necklace that was like a purse. I could put stuff in there. So cool, made out of metal. Yeah. And she made a beautiful Christmas tree. It was like a 3-foot styrofoam cone covered in costume jewelry. It was the most beautiful thing I ever saw. Wow. And if my Uncle Warren has it, I'm telling you right now, I want it, and I want it bad. So
you never know.
And then
you never know.
Like here, this is the thing that, remember these? And I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to apologize.
How about the precious moment?
There it is. Look.
I was going to say, what about precious moments? And then she pulled up the pictures of precious moments.
I had it all typed in. I was ready to go.
Oh, there's some precious moments in my daughter's tub and my son's. Okay. Because that's what you gave kids in the 90s.
If you have a precious moment.
Go for nothing.
If you have a precious moments collection.
You have to pay them to take it.
I can't be your friend. I just can't. My neighbor a while ago had someone on. I walked in her room. It was almost like a horror movie where you hear.
Did they have the curio cabinet?
Yes. The curio
cabinet full of all the precious moments. Yes. I have a friend. She goes, "No, I'm sorry to say, I do have all of my precious moments." You
gotta smash them. You've got to have a party where you smash them.
They're so cute.
No, they're not. They're creepy and they're stupid. And
my mom's not.
Nope. They're creepy. Look at that one. Come on, Hummels. Precious moments.
And Hummels.
And Beanie Babies. Your Princess Diana Beanie Baby is worth nothing. It's not. Unless it has like a misprint on the tag or something. The odds of it being worth something. Any Beanie Baby. Yeah. Any of them. Yeah. None. They're Zippo.
Pokemons though. Pokemons keep coming around and then they're worth a lot. Yeah.
The problem is it's such a niche. It is. Pokemon card. Yeah. It's only that one. And you think, oh, this Barbie or whatever. It's like, no, if it's not pristine or in plastic or whatever, it's worth nothing. Yeah. I've been trying to sell things for my family members. And sometimes you can get a great amount. I had this old-fashioned gas pump, and I got $600 for this thing. And then I have something else that I think is just tremendous, and nobody wants it. Yeah. And I will tell you the story of the Playboy. You've heard this, right?
I don't know.
The Playboy ashtray. Yeah. Lisa wouldn't remember if I told her anyway. So my brother and sister-in-law...
I'm a little hurt. Okay. Just a minute. I have to get over
Lisa,
this hurt.
She won't remember being hurt in about...
I am younger than you, biatch. Okay. I just sometimes don't remember what word I'm trying to say, but I do remember,
They had this Playboy ashtray, and it was kind of cool. It was like a
Did boobies in it?
Not really. It was a martini glass with a girl inside it, and she was kind of wearing clothes. Was she wearing clothes? I put that on Facebook Marketplace, and I just said Playboy from the Playboy Mansion.
Sure.
And I put $50 on it.
Yeah.
And then I put a whole bunch of other cool stuff. Just lots of really old antique things from the 50s and 60s. Nothing went. I had no hits. I should have just put boobs or Playboy, and they would have gotten hits. I mean, a few people looked at my other stuff, candlesticks, silver, all this stuff. The Playboy ashtray had 2,000 views in a week.
Kidding me?
I am not, because men are pigs.
You said they could look at a circle with a dot
In it for hours. Jeez, I know they're visual, but I sold that sucker in less than a week. On Facebook Marketplace, you can see your stats.
Yeah.
I had these really cute antique salt and pepper shakers.
Yeah.
They were dogs. They were so cute. 10 views. I had this fox with a top hat. I mean, they were just the cutest things.
Right.
So much stuff. And no views. This stupid ashtray. And oh my God.
What did you get for it?
I got $50, and then I asked for $10 for shipping. So I got a check for $60, and I'm pretty savvy at it, but I'm just surprised. And I think the hardest part is as people downsize, like your mom is staying in her house. My mom had to downsize into an apartment, but it's what do you keep, what do you throw? Well, the word is value-losis, where you put value on things that have maybe sentimental value to you. But the problem is when you take something and you have this disease, I call it value-losis, this is a disease, where you inflate everything.
Everything
you
is
own.
so much more valuable.
And that includes any kind of dish, crystal, figurines.
Okay. So, hey, before we wrap up, what's the one thing that you have that's not something that you use, or you might use it every day, but something that makes you
never
happy?
get rid of it.
Like you'd never get rid of it because it makes you happy. Like mine's my bike. I love my bike. It makes me happy. I go to see it.
Our fishing boat. Our canoes and kayaks.
My kayak, yep.
But also sprinkled throughout my house.
You do have a lot of Chotski.
I have a lot of memories associated with people who are no longer here. So I have little things like that. But once your house becomes this clutter fest where you're not able to...
It's amazing what you collect over the years.
It's true. And if I haven't touched it in a year, I have quite a few dishes up there.
I got rid of all my dishes.
I don't know.
I don't judge people for having the things that make them happy. I don't care if you have a house full of things. If it makes you happy and it's not hurting anybody, you go collect and you do it. I just don't want to, in the end, leave my children with the dumb.
And there's the question. When I turned 60, I thought, this might be one of the last cars I ever buy, let's say. This might be one of the last refrigerators I ever buy. When do you say it's time to start parting with things or starting to think about that box in the basement with all my 8th grade stuff? So I think 60 is kind of the age where you start to face the fact that you're probably not middle-aged, because 60 plus 60 is 120.
I still feel like 30 though.
Me too.
Like I still feel like when I grow up, what am I going to be?
What should I do? I wake up in the morning and I forget how old I am. And I think, what should I do when I get older? I just don't want to leave everybody with a burden of stuff. And I think 60 is a normal age to think, I don't want to just keep accumulating stuff.
I'm becoming more pragmatic as I get older. If it's not going to help enrich my life right this minute, I probably don't need it. Well, there we go. Value-losis.
Value-losis.
We have a lesson we
had 2 life lessons sprinkled in there, but I don't remember what I said. So we'll see you next time.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. And I hope you enjoyed us rambling about clutter and storing our stuff.
And don't catch value-losis. Okay? We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to our podcast.
We didn't know what we didn't know.
Life laughed. We'll see you next time.
Yep, bye. Bye-bye.